shut up, 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 shut up. Yes. Welcome to the Jim Parker Show, where the news is the news, political news, gaming news, movie news. You get it here all on the Jim Parker Show. My name is Bubba Zumbabak. And now for the man of the hour, Jim Parker.
When I found you, I saw raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special. Something inside me has always been there. But now it's awake. And I need help. I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now. Let the past die. Kill it. If you have to. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be.
Try to put everything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, this is TJ and
MJ.
this is our Spend Your Dollar, Save Your Dollar movie review. And as you just heard right there, we're just listening to a little bit of the trailer from the Star Wars Last Jedi trailer, which last in my opinion.
Last Star Wars.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
The director killed it.
Yeah, the director, Rian Johnson, we'll be getting into him in just a moment, who directed this movie. Epic failure. Epic. And so we're going to get into that a little bit. We just want to kind of rant on this whole little deal. Now, I'll start off with some positives. I'm going to start off with some positives on this movie here, you guys. The positive is that, let me think.
Well, it was a little entertaining.
It definitely had its entertaining aspects.
Entertaining scenes.
Yes. Okay. So it definitely had some entertaining scenes. It had that. The quality of the movie was excellent. Don't get me wrong. The quality was great. The production was great.
The story sucked.
The story is a whole nother living organism that's called cancer. Okay? A fast moving cancer that kills you quickly. No. It kills you quickly depending on how long you stay for the movie.
Yeah.
So if you
We
stay
till the end.
we stay to the end. Okay, hoping in hopes. Okay, like a New Hope. Okay, like Star Wars New Hope. We hoped that this was going to be the movie that was going to bring Star Wars back onto the map again with Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher and all the new little younglings that came into the movie. We was hoping that these characters were going to finally sprout their wings, as J.J. Abrams was probably hoping was going to happen when he created them. Anyway, so let's get to the first thing. So first of all, whatever critic stuff that you've heard so far, I'm not talking about the YouTube critics yet, because those are the real reviews in my personal opinion. The ones that you're hearing that are saying that this movie was great, the major corp critic review companies. Obviously, they're in the pockets of Disney, and they have to be nice in order to, be able to watch the movie for the first time and not have to, they're being nice. I'm going to tell you, they're being nice. Obviously, these are people that obviously don't know the Star Wars saga very well. They don't know the canon books very well. And the canon books, this movie completely strayed completely away from the canon books and anything George Lucas created for the Star Wars film. Would you agree, Michelle?
Oh, hell yeah. They're just out to make money. And I think this new director, or he seems new to me, Ryan, ruined it.
Well, he made that movie Looper. I guess if any of you guys know about the movie Looper, which had actually, my boy from Die Hard,
Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis, yes. Sorry, again, brain farts here. But yes, Bruce Willis was in that movie along with another star that I can't remember the name of right now, but I'm sure you guys all know who he is. That was an okay movie. That movie actually had an interesting little, twist and plot to it. And it was okay for that because that was Ryan's own creation completely. But he jumped into a Star Wars movie. Okay, something that George Lucas created, who put the stamp on sci-fi, and he just pissed all over it.
Well, he totally changed it. He brought, all these new characters. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, boring.
Yes.
And no chemistry. I don't like them. I don't care to even see the next one, to be honest. Especially now, because after this ending of this movie, it ruined it for me.
Complete spoilers, by the way, y'all.
When
Complete
I don't
spoilers.
like an ending, I hate the whole movie.
Yeah.
And now I wouldn't even want to see it again. And I'm sorry, Mark Hamill, what they did to you and what you had to go through. And I wish you could start over and turn them down and don't even do that stupid Ryan's movie. Yeah,
because Rian Johnson decided to take J.J. Abrams' creation of new characters that could have done something, even though they were kind of, okay, Finn and Poe and, Rey, okay, and Kylo. Okay, we got these new guys. They're getting ready to jump into the new era of Star Wars. But JJ started it off, especially with Snoke, okay, the master new villain who was going to be like the Emperor, per se. He's almost more powerful than the Emperor. I mean, the way they made Snoke in the movie, when you finally did see Snoke do some shiz, the motherfucker was on point. I mean, Snoke was like, damn. I mean, he was flipping Rey around and I mean, the man was all knowing. He had the ability to actually make Kylo and Rey be able to communicate, which they thought they were doing themselves, but they weren't. It was actually his manipulation, making them be able to communicate and actually see one another from hundreds of light years away, and everything.
Part was a little weird.
Yeah, it was a little weird how they
that
was a new little knick-knack that they just, I guess they wanted to put in there. And you never had that happen before in a Star Wars movie, but okay, I guess we're going to come up with some new Star Wars powers nobody's ever heard of. So anyway, they were able to communicate, do all this little stuff, and, it was kind of them back and forth, kind of, I feel good in you. I feel that you can actually come to the dark side. I feel that you can come to the light side. No, I feel you can go to the dark side. Whatever. So anyway, that was Rey and Kylo's, almost like, I don't know what the hell. But the movie, I'm going to tell you where the movie messed up, okay, is, first of all, they put too much of the political stupid shiz in there, the social justice warriors crap in there. They put too much of that mess in there, okay? I want to see Star Wars like I used to see Star Wars before. You could put a woman in a cool role and not have to force it down our throats to make it seem like she's Miss Goddess and men are stupid kind of thing, which is what this movie tried to do and everything. Of course, they try to put on the whole vibe that all the white dudes are evil and everything, and, they had rich people being the evil people in the casino scene, which was dumb.
Yeah, that scene was stupid.
Very, very stupid. Go ahead, babe. Go ahead. Say what you got to say. I'm going to get ready. But, okay, so...
That's all I have to say about that
scene.
Yeah,
yeah, that scene there, it's not really much to say about it. It was corny. Okay,
corny, yes, good word.
Yeah. Yeah, they threw that scene in there just to kind of try to put a cantina scene in there like they did in Star Wars. And it didn't work! It did not work, peoples. It was dumb. They made BB-8 like he was Mr. Almighty throughout the entire movie. You know, trying to... I'm sorry, BB-8 is cool. Don't get me wrong. It's a cool little droid, whatever. But you can't take out R2-D2, man. Which they only put in for about maybe, I don't know, 2 minutes in the movie and everything. C-3PO almost seemed like he was just in La La Land the entire movie. He never really had anything interesting to say like he normally does. You know, his goofy little antics that he says, his little smart alecky ways of a droid.
I miss the originals. Yeah, the original characters.
It was almost like, yeah, they want you guys to they want us to move on to some new Star Wars stuff, but they didn't emerge it correctly. They didn't morph it into the new stuff. They didn't take Luke Skywalker, Leia, and Han Solo and just kind of create them as these guys that are the main entity, and then these other little things come forming out of it. You know what I'm saying? To create a plot of the new ones that would be coming about. It was poorly done. JJ set it up, but Ryan said, sorry, JJ, I'm going to take all your characters that you created, and I'm going to just spit on them. I'm going to destroy them. I'm going to laugh at them, and they're going to freaking die. Which is what he did, literally. At all of them, pretty much. What do you want to say about the scene about Leia? We'll get to some Luke Skywalker in a second here, because that's the big one right there. But what do you want to say about what they did with Leia, Michelle?
Oh, you mean when Leia flew out into the darkness?
Yeah, like Supergirl, Superman,
okay. Whatever. That scene was a little corny, and I love Leia. I don't like with how they put that scene together and did this thing where the Force pulls herself back in all of a sudden when here she looks like she's dead, floating out into space.
Well, she should have been dead after she getting blown out of the thing.
It just looked phony. It looked phony the way she flew back in with the Force. I just think they could have put that together a little different. Yeah. And trust me, it was kind of hard for me to watch Leia through all these scenes. I got a little emotional, knowing that she's passed on now, so it's kind of hard to watch. But
rest
I
in
did
peace,
not
Carrie Fisher.
like what they did with her character in the movie.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher, if she probably would have gotten to see this whole movie fully through, Carrie would probably be like, oh, "What the bleep, 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 mother, bleep, bleep, mother, bleep." That would have been bleep, mother, bleep. Oh no, mother, hell, bleep. So. I'm sorry, my wife has to cover my mouth because I'm cussing. Bleep. No, I watched a lot of the reviews on this movie from a lot of the YouTubers and everything, and everybody I've been seeing have been saying the same thing what we're telling you right now, and actually we're being kind of calm about it. Because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but some of the people that have been, commenting on this movie, doing reviews on it, their minds are ballistic right now. They are going in full, just anger mode. Some of these guys almost look like they want to bash their cameras in. It's that bad. These people are literally pissed off at this movie because they just destroyed Star Wars. Ryan and Kathleen, whatever her freaking name is, a producer. Like a lot of the other people are saying, they need to fire Kathleen. She needs to be fired because she sucks. And she took George Lucas's pride and joy and destroyed it. And Ryan Johnson as well. This fool.
Ryan Johnson, you suck, or whatever your name is.
Yeah. What he did to Star Wars, the thing that's so whacked about this movie is the main thing that I'm going to just get down to is all the things that this movie was going to be led up to, that everybody had all these, cool ideas and thoughts and theories of what was going to be, who was Snoke and who was Rey's parents and who's Finn. I mean, all these people, none of their stories are ever answered to you. They're never told to you. That Rey's parents, we find out for some reason, I guess now, they're junk dealers who sold her off and for some money. And left. And that's it. Rey comes from nothing. From what Kylo says. Kylo Kind of hard to believe this girl who comes from nothing is almighty and powerful in the Force, who she's never been trained by Luke by one time. Luke's supposed to train the girl on the planet there when she finally gets there. And Luke's like a hermit. He's like a guy who's given up on the Force, kind of in a way, because of his failure with Kylo Ren in the temple that when he's teaching all the new Jedis. And all of a sudden Luke is just like, I'm just going to come to this planet. I just came here to die and everything, He don't want to really train at first. He don't want to really do squat. He's telling Rey to go to hell, pound sand. Rey's there. Come on, you got to come back to us, Luke. We need you, Luke. We need you. You're the light. You're the legend, So, finally, after enough begging, pleading, after she actually, in a way, kind of comes up on Luke from behind and hits him upside the head with her stick, and almost like she defeats Luke Skywalker. Now, what's wrong with that picture right there? Luke Skywalker is a Jedi master now. He's older. He's Ben Kenobi's age now, or a little younger than Ben. But this man has been around for some time now. If you read any of the books, the Timothy Zahn books, all the canon books, Luke Skywalker's the shit now. And everything.
The movie is not realistic. It's
not. It's not realistic to where the fact that Rey all of a sudden comes upside his head and knocks him to the ground, and then swoop, gets a force, grabs the lightsaber, wow, and Luke's laying on the ground like a little hopeless kid, and she's like, listen, motherflip, you gonna go in, you gonna train my ass. I mean, that was the kind of way it was like Rey was like better than Luke. I'm like, what? Rey better than Luke? What the heck? She's all of a sudden all powerful now. She hasn't been trained squat. And she's asking the guy that she just knocked to the ground to train her. Can you please train me after I just knocked you to the ground and actually defeated you? I'm like going, why does she need training then? She just knocked Luke to the ground. Luke didn't even see it coming. I remember it was the not the Phantom Menace, the last prequel, the one where finally Anakin Skywalker becomes, during the Clone Wars, Anakin Skywalker has finally become Vader now. He's this last one, and the Emperor goes, put out code 66, and all the Clone Warriors are all like this, Roger Dodger, and They all start to turn on the Jedis and everybody else and everything, right? And you see all the different Jedis are getting jacked up by the clones now, right? Well, the one Jedi that you could not freaking, sneak up on, freaking Yoda on planet Kashyyyk, the Wookiee planet, Chewbacca's planet, right? And all of a sudden, these motherfuckers are about to turn on Yoda. Yoda has his back towards them. They're getting ready to come over there and jack his ass up. Yoda already senses these motherfuckers coming up on him. Before they could even get 2 steps near to Yoda, Yoda went, so zazzle, sizzle, zazzle, zwat. Dead. Yoda took them 2 flipnecks out like they were nothing, okay? They couldn't sneak up on Yoda. Yoda was like freaking in tune with the Force, this motherfucker knowing, all knowing, and so forth. But Rey is able to sneak up on freaking Luke. He knows he's behind him. He knows he's chasing after him, kind of coming up behind him like, yelling, come on, you need to help me out. You need to train me. And then she gets mad at him and takes a swat at him with her stick and knocks him upside the head. Motherfucker falls down like a little baby. And she's looking at him like, Zuzwat gets a lightsaber and puts it towards his face like she was about to kill him. Like, I'm badass. Now train me. Train you? Look what you just did. So anyway, that was parts that just didn't make sense to me. That didn't make sense to me. Snoke. Oh, Snoke. Yeah. Snoke got his ass. Another one who should have seen this coming, because again, Snoke gets killed in the movie, people. Spoiler alert, sorry. Snoke dies.
Most of them do.
Most of them do, actually. Snoke dies. This is a Master Supreme Dark Jedi. And freaking Kylo Ren, after him telling Kylo Ren that I can see everything Kylo's going to do. I know what he's thinking. I know everything. Go on, Kylo. Finish the girl off. Take her out. Kylo is going, yeah, I'm going to take her out all right. I'm going to take you out. And he's spinning the freaking lightsaber right next to freaking Snoke. Snoke doesn't even see the thing, feel the thing even flittering beside him right next to him. And the freaking thing goes, Zazzle! Snoke goes, and flips over in 2. because Kylo just made the lightsaber go through him, and so after all that demonstration of his freaking power, Snoke was freaking just.
I think we should have said spoiler alert in the beginning of this.
Yeah, well, I think I did say a little bit of a spoiler alert. All you people, this is don't listen no more of this if you. Oh, it's too late. Too late. Too late if you don't know already. Everything. I'm pretty sure most of you probably already seen it already, but anyway.
Okay, don't listen to this part.
Yeah, don't listen to this part.
Because Luke is killed off at the end.
Dies.
It's ruined.
And it's the way he dies, people, is the part that's this movie. What sucks about it too is that you finally get to see Luke Skywalker as this like master Jedi, the guy that's finally come to. This was the kid that was from Darth Vader's bloodline, and he you know, they always talked about, you know, the prophecy and all that, and Luke's part of that, and the motherfucker never fights one time, not one time.
Using your thought of concentration.
Yeah.
What happened?
Nothing. Yeah, that was yeah. So sorry about that, people who got a little X-rated. Yeah. So Luke, okay, he finally comes to his senses and he says he's going to finally train Rey, right? But he never really trains Rey. He tells Rey a couple things like, you know, feel the Force, feel it through you, let it sense it, let it go through you, feel it. And Rey finally starts feeling the Force, or I guess something like that, and little pebbles start rippling up, and then the next thing you know, it's so felt that she goes into, well, what do you feel? I feel the light. I see the dark. I see you come. Wait, this is something else I'm seeing. He says, wait a minute now, stay away from that. Wait, what is this? I can't, what are you doing? And next thing you know, crackle, the rocks break on the underneath, and it gets all, you know, disturbed, whatever. She, you know, really feels some potential there, and then Luke just kind of like, oh, I'm done.
What part was this? Did I doze off on that part?
You might have dozed off.
I don't remember.
It might have been that part where it just got that boring. This is when Luke was finally saying, day one, I'm going to train her. And he had her sit up on the rock. Remember he had a little leaf and he swatted her hand when he was trying to tell her to reach out and feel the Force and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do.
You know, a little Yoda moment kind of thing.
Okay.
Well, so she finally goes into this real feeling. She reaches out too far.
Well, those parts were all boring.
Yeah, you know, that was supposed to be the first part of her training. Cool, I get that part. Go ahead, go into the voice, start, blah, blah, blah. But what was the rest? Luke all of a sudden got all freaked out. I saw this once before, and it didn't scare me then, but now it's freaking scary. I'm running away from you, Rey. And he runs. I'm like, what the frick? So Rey says, oh, well, I guess I'll just finish my own training. And the next day she goes out and she starts swinging her lightsaber like it was a baseball bat. Yeah, I get that. And she's swinging it around like it's a baseball bat and shiz. Like, she's like, wow, Rey has no formal training at all. Luke never gets in there. Like, remember Yoda freaking trained Luke? Yeah, it was only maybe for a few weeks or so, but Luke got some training. You got to see him train Luke. Luke had to go through his ups and downs with Yoda when he was, not doing well enough. And Yoda said, oh, reach out to the Force, I will. And lifts out the freaking...
good, babe.
Thank you.
Good. Good.
And he lifts up the freaking, X-Wing out of the marshmallow water. And Luke is like, oh my gosh, dude, that's freaking awesome. How did you do that? I could never do that. That is why you fail, you have. And so, Luke, learns his lessons and stuff, but he goes through some, training though. You see him running with Yoda on his back and he's doing flips and shit like that. Yoda's training him. You get none of that with freaking Rey and Luke. None of that, right? I mean, supposedly she does go into a Dagobah cave, like almost similar thing that they stole from Empire Strikes Back, where she goes down into this little freaking dark hole, like Luke went into the dark cave and shiz, and faces her inner demon kind of thing. What was her inner demon, babe? What was that she saw when she went down into that little black hole cave?
Nothing but mirrors.
Mirrors.
No answers, basically.
There you go.
Bottom line.
And
you know what? It doesn't even matter. It's a done deal, this movie, but what are they going to do with the next? I mean, first of all, the characters have no chemistry. Rey, she's okay. She's not my favorite, but she's all right out of all of them.
Better.
What are they gonna do? The characters have no chemistry, and it's just to me boring. Mm-hmm. I think now they've really ruined it. So I really
What is J.J. Abrams gonna do now that all of his main guys are freaking taken out now? Who's the villain now? Oh, Kylo, the rumbling rat, baby rat, brat. I mean that's what's left. Kylo and Rey, and now Kylo's taking over the First Order and everything, and now I guess he's going to be in charge of everything. He doesn't seem that he's still confused about things. He's conflicted. He's like a little kid, and this is going to be the new like high leader.
Well,
the guy that was
going to have Finn left, but
Finn.
I'm sorry, he's boring.
Finn,
boring actor.
I'm going to give you right now.
I say. Fire him.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right.
And that other little girl.
The little Asian girl. Yeah.
Fire her because she's just.
She was somebody that was forced again. It's some more social warriors
bad acting.
bullshit.
Bad acting.
You know, we're gonna put all these strong women in the movie.
She can't act. I'm sorry. The Asian one cannot act.
It was.
She's super boring.
She was meaningless. She was a meaningless part with him and Finn. She all of a sudden falls in love with Finn within 12 minutes of the movie. I mean, she's fallen in love, and she decides that we save the ones we love, and then she gives him a little stupid chippy kissy on the lip, and Finn's looking at her like, "What the frick?"
That's corny. They shouldn't even have put that in.
First of all, in reality, Finn would not be freaking giving up Rey, okay, for freaking that little Asian girl. The little Asian girl looking like a little chunky little I want to have a boyfriend. Rey is like a strong ass, fine looking woman.
Well, it just looked like they were making her have a little crush on Finn.
Yeah, they're making her have a little crush on him, but it's almost like they're trying to pair him up with her now instead of him the way they were trying to do with him and Rey. But it's like, not why. Is he going to be with her now? Now he's not going to give up. And Rey kind of looked at him when he was like putting the blanket over the little Asian girl, like, oh, I guess that's who you want to be with now, okay? I guess that's what you going to be with. You won't be with that little thing. Go on. But I'm a motherfucking Jedi, motherfucking bastard, and you missing out on all this fineness. So.
Oh, you think she's fine, babe? That's all she has is her look.
So Finn. I never really liked Finn's character, to be honest with you. I liked him when he had a story to him where he was a stormtrooper and he was going to try to find his way. Because you never really see out what Finn's background is. He's a kid that was stolen too from his parents and trained as in the Empire stormtrooper flow with Phasma. Oh, let's not get into Phasma. Here's another one who was a built-up character by J.J. Abrams and everything, and no screen time. Yeah, exactly. Kill yourself. No screen time. Phasma, no screen. I mean, she had a couple little minutes in the screen where she finally fights Finn.
I don't even know who Phasma was.
Phasma was the little stupid storm.
The thing just came and went so quick.
She was supposed to be like the next Boba Fett, basically. She was a silver stormtrooper who actually had reflecting. Her armor actually could reflect off, lasers and stuff. So lasers couldn't blast this chick away. So she was pretty badass. If she would have been explored more. The fight scene between her and Finn at the end was like cheesy because it ended like stupidly. It was real quick until it was like nothing. She comes out of nowhere when they were standing right next to him about to execute Finn and Rose, and then when the ship got jacked up, next thing you know, they're coming back from like another area. Her and the stormtroopers are marching like they're, like a legion coming at Finn and Rose again. And I'm like, wait a minute, weren't they just standing next to them before the ship got jacked? There's so many potholes in the movie, people. And like Michelle said, a lot of unanswered questions. The movie makes no sense. It's like a puzzle being put together all wrong and everything. And one, it's like you try to fit this little puzzle piece into the little small area, and it doesn't fit. But I'm just going to force it in there anyway. That's what Rian Johnson was doing. I'm just going to force what I want in there, and I'm just going to do what I want to do. Not forget the fans. I don't care about the fans. That's what you're saying, Rian Johnson. You're saying, I don't care about the fans of a story that was made huge for years, 40 years, you fathead. It's like, come on.
I think you guys know that we're saying save your dollar.
Save your dollar. This ain't no spend your dollar at all. Save it. Wait for the freaking video to come out. You can watch it then. By that time, maybe J.J. Abrams might have something. Somehow, J.J. Abrams is going to have to figure out how he's going to save this movie because all the major cool characters are gone. Luke died. Luke never even fights in the movie. He goes in one little scene with Kylo, and this was the most disappointing thing of the entire movie. You thought when they was firing all those lasers down on Luke Skywalker, remember that? Mm-hmm. And all those lasers come down, it was like,
fight.
Yeah, and you think, oh, and then it stops and the smoke clears away and Luke just brushes his shoulders off and like, give me some more, motherfucker, is that all you got? And you think, damn, okay, now we about to see some shizzle. Okay? Guess what? No shizzle, because finally Kylo goes down there to confront Luke. Luke is doing all these little dodge moves and so forth, and then all of a sudden Kylo swaps him. We go, oh, what? Kylo got a shot in on Luke, and after all that, and he slices him. Come to find out, Luke's not even really there. Luke does some type of forced transportation, like a hologram thing of himself on the freaking planet, millions and millions of light years away or whatever, and so forth. And there it is. Luke is not there, and he fools Kylo, and Kylo's like pissed off because he didn't really get to fight him. And then after all that, when Luke decides that he's done with that part, what happens? Luke's back on the planet again. He's never even left, and he's sitting up on the freaking rock, and he looks up at the two suns that reminded him of freaking Tatooine when he was a freaking young kid and everything. And then he fades away. He fades away from a heart attack, people. He was sweating so much energy that he put into the freaking little stupid transmitter of himself fighting Kylo. It freaking killed him. So why didn't he just go to the freaking planet and freaking fight Kylo to begin with? He could have just did that and saved the trouble. At least if he would have died, he would have died a G. An OG, fool. That's what Luke Skywalker was supposed to be, an OG. How you take an OG out? Come on.
It's an OG.
An OG, old gangster. You know, gangster lean. Luke Skywalker was gangster back in the day, but they make Luke Skywalker out to be just horrible. But just to sum this whole thing up, I feel sorry for you, Mark Hamill. I feel for you, dude, because this was not your. We've been seeing all the stuff in interviews lately, and I just actually caught on to half the interviews that Luke was doing or Mark Hamill was doing, and he was never into what Rian Johnson was doing with Luke Skywalker. He actually hated, and he kept trying to fight with Ryan about, is this the direction you're going to put Luke in? This is what Mark Hamill was saying. And there was one thing at the premiere of the movie, Mark Hamill, was up there saying, it was a good movie. How could you not be, it was fun to just do the movie. And he was excited, he was still excited because to come to find out, people, and I guess this is the rumor that's been going around, I can't confirm it yet, but Mark Hamill never knew what the ending was until he saw the movie on the movie night, in which this is very true that a lot of times they don't tell the actors everything and what's going on with the characters and so forth. They really don't get to see some of the stuff until we do, actually, when they see it in the movies. And Mark Hamill was in another interview with Rian Johnson at the end of the premiere. Okay, he was all happy-go-lucky at the beginning. When he came out of that premiere, and they were interviewing Ryan and Mark Hamill next to him. Mark Hamill looked like he was like a ghost. He looked like he was shocked. His face looked like somebody farted in his face, and he was surprised that you actually farted in his face. And his mouth was halfway open. Michelle doesn't like this part because she feels really bad for Mark. But his mouth was halfway open in just disbelief. And he finally takes this look. His eyes were... He looks over slowly at Rian Johnson, who's all happy-go-lucky, talking about his great movie that he made to the media. And Mark Hamill finally looks at him like it was like he wanted to rip his head off. I lied to you not, people. You got to see this interview at the end of the premiere that night. Mark Hamill looked like he was in zombie land. He looked like he was about to go like I don't know. He was about to just go crazy on freaking Rian Johnson. He was freaking pissed, people. You look at this face, he was pissed. But anyway, I guess that's enough of my rant and raving about this movie. There's so much more we could probably say about this movie. The bottom line is the movie made no sense. The answers were not answered about any of the characters. They did a lot of social justice warrior crap with, women and so forth in the movie that didn't even need to be there because, Princess Leia wasn't a social justice character. Princess Leia was just Princess Leia. She made that character badass. You respected her as a woman and everything because she made that character badass. Carrie Fisher made that character. All these women that they're using in the movie now, it's like it's forced on you to make them look like there's somebody that's this big and they're better than men kind of attitude. And I think that shit is bull crap, and they need to get rid of that shit. If you're badass, then you're badass. If you're not, you're just not. I'm sorry. And everything. The leader chick talking down to Poe, and she never tells anybody what the plan is the whole time, so they create a mutiny against her, and all she ever had to do is say, hey guys, the plan's going to be, we're going to go over to this planet over here, and we're going to escape there. Oh, you answer her questions? Good, okay, that's your plan? Great, let's go with it. Nope, she never says anything until the very end. They had to go through all this bullshizzle, and I'm not going to get into all that because that's what it was, bullshizzle. So, that's our review on the Star Wars Last Jedi. I'm done. They're giving Ryan Reynolds, I think they're giving him a trilogy. Actually, Disney's giving him a trilogy after this bullshit. Sorry. Ain't happening. I'm not watching it. And I guarantee you all the people that are pissed off about this movie, Ryan, if you actually think people are going to come and see your new trilogy, real hardcore Star Wars fans are not going to go watch your movie, dude. I'm not going to go watch it. You just proved to me that you suck at doing a Star Wars movie. Suck. And I'm not watching your bullshit. I might go check out J.J. Abrams. Hopefully he may do something. I don't know what he's going to be able to do. We'll see on episode 9 of Star Wars. May the Force be with us who had to live through that bull crap. Anyway, any last words, Michelle?
No, I think you said it all.
I said it all?
Peace out.
All right. So Michelle says peace out, and may the Force be with you, stupid flip next you go watch this movie. Okay. I know.
Shut up. 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 Yes. Welcome to the Jim Parker Show, where the news is the news, political news, gaming news, movie news. You get it here, all on the Jim Parker Show. My name is Bubba Zumba Back. And now for the man of the hour,